and welcome to this slow and restorative stretch, perfect for the end of the day to calm down the body, the mind, reset the nervous system, and get your body ready for sleep. We are gonna stay on the floor for this whole class, so put something soft underneath you if that's what you prefer, and then come down to lay on your back. We're going to start just for a moment in Shavasana here. So get yourself nice and comfortable. Hug the shoulder blades gently together. Open the palms up to the sky. And just take a few breaths here to land into your practice. So we are landing our body onto the mat and then landing our awareness into our body by breathing. Deepening the inhale and slowing down the exhale. And just do that a few times, breathing in deeply into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And then slowly exhaling from the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Take two more slow paced breaths here. Really feel heavier every time you exhale. Letting the body melt out onto your mat or your surface. Take up some more space. And then with the next breath in, you're going to reach the arms overhead, maybe clasp the hands. Give yourself a full body stretch. You can move into one side and the other side. Wiggle a little bit from right to left. And then let your shoulders drop back down into the floor. We're going to come into a side stretch, our banana asana. So grab your left wrist with your right hand and pull your shoulders over towards the right side. So you might have to wiggle them a little bit into place. And we're going to keep pulling on the left wrist to elongate that arm and all the way down into the armpit. And to finish off this position, we're going to move the legs also over to the right. And then bring the right leg, cross it over the left ankle so that you're grounding down the left heel into the floor. And from here, we're just breathing, let the shoulders sink down, the hips sink down. Just make sure the left hip hasn't lifted off the floor. We want to make sure that the left hip is still grounded down into the floor. And breathe space into your left side ribs here, expanding the side body with the inhale. And leave that space, but breathe out some of the tension with your exhale. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Softening, feel your body heavy, heavy down into your mat. And then release this shape, come back to center. Hug your right knee to your chest. Shift your hips a little bit and your shoulders a bit so that you find a really nice and straight line here with your body. Squeeze the right knee to your chest, and then let's open it out to the side, open up in the hip. Maybe you find a little stretch on the inside of your thigh. We are moving into a twist here. So bring now the knee to your chest again, swap it for the left hand, open up the right hand to the side. And I would recommend shifting your hips a little bit over to the right so that you have more space to let the left knee drop to the other side. And here finding that all you have to do is surrender to gravity as the weight of your shoulder draws you down on one side and the weight of your leg draws you down on the other side. So maybe close the eyes and then just enjoy this spinal rotation, but also chest opener. And take 3 more long breaths here. And from here, we're going to do a little bit of a weird transition. You're going to open your left arm to the side as well. So now your both arms are reaching out straight to the side. Start lifting your right arm up and overhead. We're going to roll over to our bellies, keeping the right knee bent. So we're in a half frog position with the right knee. And then this left arm is crossed in front of the chest. So you might want to pull your shoulder back a little bit and then drop your forehead to the floor. So now we are stretching the right hip and also the left shoulder and tricep. Just a couple breaths here, releasing the body heavy over that left arm and the hips heavy to release into the right hip. And take your last breath here. Rolling back over to your back. Open the right arm again, but this time hook the right ankle over the left knee. Shift your hips back to center. And let's hug that left knee in for a figure 4 stretch. So what's normal in this stretch is when you hug that left knee in, the lower back curves off the floor. And that's nothing wrong with that. And if that feels best for your body, definitely stay here. If you want to try a bit of a different variation, I find this one deepens the stretch a bit for me. We're going to lengthen the lower back down to the floor. So almost as if you're arching your spine. And you might have to move your left knee a bit away from your chest to have the space to do that. But now I'm pushing my lower back down into the floor. And whatever variation you chose, just take about 3 more deep breaths here. And then release the foot to the floor. Stretch the arms overhead. Deep breath in. Now you can arch the back of the floor for a moment. And then let everything fall back down. Now grab your right wrist with your left hand. Pull the arm and the shoulders over towards the left. So wiggle yourself over to the left. And then walk the feet over to the left. Ground the right heel down and the left ankle crosses over the right to make sure that that leg stays over to the side. And then let the right shoulder blade and the right hip sink down into the floor. Breathing space into your right side body here. Slow, deep breaths. Feel that your body is heavy, but also nice and spacious. Feel that your breath can create room in the part of the body that's stretching and also release tension that's being held there or stiffness that's stuck. Take 2 more breaths here. And then release that. Come back to center. Find your body in a straight line and then hug the left knee to your chest. Give it a tight squeeze and then open it out to the side. Let the knee drop down towards the floor, opening up in the hip. Draw it back to your chest, swap it for the right hand, open up the left hand. Let's again shift the hips to the left and then drop the left knee over to the right. Find your supine twist. Surrendering the weight of your body into the floor on either side of your torso here. Nice and heavy, nice and soft and relaxed. And take last 2 breaths here. Now for our funky transition, open the right arm straight towards the side, reach the left arm up and overhead, and start to roll your body onto your belly. Open up the left knee to the side for half frog, and do a little pull back of that right shoulder so that you can come up and over the right arm. Giving the tricep and in between shoulder blades a nice lengthening. And again, just dropping the full weight of the body into the floor. Taking 3 long and slow breaths here. And gently rolling back. Swipe the left arm back overhead, hook the left ankle over your right knee, and then shift your hips back to center as you hug that right knee towards the chest for a figure 4 stretch. And like we did on the other side, if you want to stay here, you stay here. If you want to try to lengthen your spine by pushing the lower back into the floor. So I'm thinking tailbone, instead of it being curved up and off the floor, I want to put it into a straight line with the rest of my spine. And to do that, my right knee has to slightly move away from my torso. And just shifts the stretch a little bit. Take 3 more breaths here. Breathing in space and softness. Breathing out tension and stiffness. And release the legs to the floor. This time, just move your body into your Shavasana again. Wiggle yourself into the position that feels open and relaxed for you. Palms to the sky. Let the feet flop outwards. Take a deep breath in. Let's sigh it out. Out the mouth. Do that 2 more times. Breath in the nose. Out the mouth. Feel the body heavily releasing down. One more. And out. Come back to your spontaneous, normal breath here. And for this class, I'm going to leave you in this position. If you have the time to stay here for another 10-20 breaths, I would recommend to let your body just take this precious time to relax and release. I hope you enjoyed this wind down class. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.